Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to From the Depths, where we have been working last time on a little submarine. I've been trying off screen to figure out how to work on a bloody submarine. As such, you can see some control blocks here and there still in the ship. But today I wanted to start off with building a gun. Now the thing is, a deck gun. Do we need a deck gun on a submarine? The answer simply is no. We don't. But it'll be fun to do. So, yes, we will. I'm thinking about something small, deck-wise anyway. Let's turn it into a proper AA turret, I suppose. Let me see. I want to do this somewhat properly. Like so. Let's make it something simple, shall we? That's too... No. Abort. Might as well do that. That is the easier way to do it. Because I hate to do it, but I need more room. Were you over here? Yes, indeed. Still equally expensive as the normal gouge cooling units, which is stupid. But that aside, one, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just a simple setup here, really. Nothing to write home about, but hopefully powerful enough to actually do something. Now, before we continue the gun, I do want to repair this bit. You need to be red. Why is that block all the way there? Like, in every other, it's like on the left side of the screen, and now it's on the, and for that one it's on the right side. It's confusing, sir. Confusing. Also, hide. Okay. Also, that please tell me that is fixed now. Otherwise, I'll be grumpy. Yeah, it looks like it's fixed. Okay. Advanced cannons. Where were we? Oh yes. Anti-aircraft. Single barrel? Or dual barreled? I think I'll go with a single barreled gun. Currently it's a 60mm gun. How about adding a single gauge increaser, turning it into a 120mm deck gun. That works for me. Yeah. I mean, that's fixable. Just need to modify the hull a bit. Because, you know, oddly enough, and I'm not sure I'm on the turrets. There we go. I do want the turrets to be protected somewhat. And yes, I know I don't have an AI on the turret right now. Still need to figure out where to place that, but a secondary objective, folks. Secondary objective. Okay, so might as well place it here, right? Advanced cannons. Can I get away with this? Maybe. What was the there, that's the one. Let's get an high explosive rounds. High explosive, and in the rear a oh, hold on, what does that do? Lower warhead payload to 75% of standard frag EMP and explosive. Yeah. Okay, so let's change that. Let's turn it into something boring like that. I mean, it's mostly for show anyway, so... Okay, it can actually reload. Nice. 113 rounds a minute. That's not bad. We're sinking. That is bad. That means this bit here is actually letting in water. That means the turret area is flooded. Oh, that sucks. Excuse me. Oh, right, there is a hole there. Fair. Okay. Okay. Now, frankly, there. Aerodynamic block and watertight, right? flooding in here. Okay. Then these blocks will be a problem. Do I want to do this with the entire... Oh, I think I might. Sorry, just thinking to myself here, what would be the best way of handling this bit? Excuse me. There's a propeller here. Right. I knew that. I swear I did not forget. So let's use a boring solution. There we go. That is a good rate of fire. I like it. Recoil is nasty. 1,000? No way. 1,000? Do something like this, but I think I'll just go without. Then again, alright, let's just add these 3. Well, 2 really. To stern. Whoa. Talking about guns. Too high? Nope. Okay, excellent. Now, I suppose quick weapon tests. Okay, first things first, the AI for you only fire if there are ships about. Secondly, dive. But you know, aircraft. Whoosh. We are now hidden. Aircraft it is. Let's replace you with a passive sonar. Please go, thank you. And this is, well, surprise. The movements of said submarine, and oh, we forgot to tell you. Kudos, please. Go. This gun will only fire underwater now. Because these things are not a threat. Now, destroy enemy vehicles. And look at that. Submarine rising, ladies and gentlemen. Submarine rising. Oh, and as you can see, I already named my submarine as well, the Type 9. Because that was the inspiration, at least at the start, for this, this vessel. Gave up on the inspiration bit very quickly afterwards, I admit. Now, let's see if we can make something gun-ish happen. Okay, now, mountains. Hide it. That'll do. Now, I think I'm gonna visit the crown cannons. Hide the original mesh. Like so. 6. Emissive only. There we go. Back to the advanced cannons, please. Let's get a ammo clip installed. There. That'll do. Then I would very much like control. I would like a chair or 2 on this gun. We're going for a very simple design here, mind you. Material override. Right. Applique alloy. Thank you. Love to do that. I mean, shiny. Copy. Paste. 0.4, please. There we go. No. Resources. This one is better, I think. Okay. And you know what? You will do. 90 degrees. Make you smaller. 0.2. 0.2. We have it. We have ourselves a little gun. What's that block called again? A telescope. I knew that. Holy shit, that's not a telescope, that's a gun. You know, you can make a pretty fun gun out of it, indeed. Huh. Gotta keep that one in mind. Not today, though. Why, hello there. There we go. Done. Heavy armored pole, please. Let's make this a pole position. What? What? Okay, okay. Never said I had a good sense of humor. Okay, there we go. Slowly but steadily, we're getting a little gun together. Do I want that? No. Do I want that? Yes. Okay. Gun. Of course, only firing 1,000 meters. But that's besides the point. It's a nice looking gun. I mean, it's simple. Yes, it's very simple. But it gets the job done. Don't really matter what block I use for this. So oh dear. Something is wrong with the balance currently. Nah, that always happens. Let's quickly get out of the water. so I don't embarrass myself too much. Nah, that already happened. No. We'll fix it, we'll fix it. Somehow, one day. Didn't I have a ship's wheel somewhere else as well? Yeah, I did. Get rid of that one. I mean, come on. That's what this room is for. No, not really. Not really. But still, I'm taking it. Okay. Do I want to add anything else to the deck of this ship? Of course, you don't want a lot of stuff on deck because, you know, submarine, underwater. But I could. Hold on. Can we do anything funky with this? I mean, we could. Not quite sure what the use of it would be, but we could. It's almost like it's a a marker. Okay. Am I gonna do this? With a certain amount of regrets. Yes. I will. 0.1 is fine, actually. You need to be a bit larger. Okay. Adding a cross onto it. Do I want... No, I don't. Okay, something like that. That'll do. Everyone knows what it is, and everyone can see that I didn't make it. What the hell am I doing now? Bit smaller. Yeah, that'll do. At least I think. You stop moving. Load vehicle. Let's see, how did I make the marking on this ship? Yeah, big cross, small cross, with a black round circle. I missed a circle. But then, if I need to do that, then I need to do it properly. Right. Like so. Two. Which is probably better looking anyway. So I might as well. Go. Yeah. Not my greatest work in more than one way, but it'll do. It will do. Okay, and with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think this episode is coming to a close as well. Bit of a shorter episode, really. Although, hold on, there is one more thing I want to do before we go. Wrong bloody color. Seriously. How often I made that mistake. Okay. That's one. That's two. So, our submarine is essentially done. All we need now is, well, some tinkering to set her up properly, make sure she dives and rises properly during and after combat. However, that's something I will do off screen. 37,000 materials. That is not bad. A cheap design indeed. I like it. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you very much for watching. Join me next time when we build something else. Until then, take care. Ladies and gentlemen, just a small addition here. Our little submarine. She is pretty much finished. Let's take a look. 43,000 materials. Not very cheap, not very expensive either. Roughly the cost of a Marauder, I believe. Yeah, roughly the cost of a Marauder. Let's, you know what? Let's spawn one in. And immediately my submarine will dive. She will fire her torpedoes. Armed, of course, with 4 torpedoes in the bow. There goes number 4. Thank you. And currently she's holding stable. What is it? 40 meters below sea level? 60 meters, actually. She's coming about. Preparing to fire her aft torpedoes. No. No, she's going to make another run with her front torpedoes, I think. I mean... yeah. I think she looks nice. Woo. I think this is a very nice submarine. I am gonna modify the gun slightly. I'm gonna move it a bit further upwards. I think that will look better. But as you can see, once the enemy gets in range, the gun will start shooting. It has the proper shells for it after all. It's not doing a lot of damage, but it's doing damage. And that's what matters. The main damage dealers, though, are the forward-firing torpedoes, not necessarily the aft-firing ones. They are fairly small. Ooh. There goes a shell. But generally in the retreat, she's able to fire at least 4 of the small torpedoes as well. Now, the speed of the ship, 18 meters a second. I've boosted the engines ever so slightly. Gear ratio is 1, it used to be 0.4. We have a bit more complicated engine, although it's not entirely finished yet. It's finished enough to show you guys around. It has steam tanks in the back. It has a control system. If we get too low on steam, the engine will shut down, just so I have emergency steam in case of, you know, running out of materials. Then we have a room with nothing. Then we have the AI room with a couple of automatic control blocks and a PID. That is the core of our submarine. Then we have a room with the gun. And then we have a weapon room, torpedo room. Oh, hello. I should make that a bit more pretty, I suppose, but yeah, no. This submarine is not a killer. As you can see, it takes a long time to even take on a marauder, and I still need to clear up the movement of the ship. It's one of those things I prefer doing in the end, because I don't like it. I don't like it. It says it's not maneuvering correctly, but it's not giving me enough data to say what is wrong. At least not as far as I can tell. That was a good hit, 72% on the Marauder. 2 more small torpedoes, maybe 4 should finish her off. So yes, our little submarine. The first one in this style, and I like her. I did not expect to like this one, but I do. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you next time. And from the depths, until then.